do a curved wall. You've got this curved wall here. That's what it is. Like a thick wall. So that won't cause as many problems, because if I put a door in that's straight, so doors pretty much always straight, even though I'll show you in a minute how you can make a curved one. Okay, so if I put a door in like that, because it's a thick wall, part of the door that's straight can fit within that curve. So that's one option. You can just make the wall thicker, and that will make it easier to work with openings in that wall. I'll just show you in 3D. We'll still do issues, but it's better. Head, because of the way it works with the curve, we could take the architrave off, and that would probably solve a lot of the problems. But notice that the door itself is still straight. So you go for the bed. That's fine. Yeah, I had to do the same thing. So yeah, my poor cat, she's getting picked up from general anaesthetic in about half an hour. Yeah, so a bit worrying. So anyhow, okay, so then the yeah, so swinging doors and curved walls, very, very difficult when you think about it, because I mean you can make a special swinging door, but there are problems there again with the way that the door operates. So generally, what you'll see is tend to be all. So I'll show you a good little trick that you can use to make a sliding door in a curved wall without having to make a special family for it. So remember before I showed you can use wall opening. So this is my curved wall. So I go wall opening, pick my, oops, show that again, get my wall opening, and then draw the size of the door opening that I want. Might just check the properties there. That went a bit low, so I'll make the base 0, and then and it's funny the way they measure the top. It's measured from the next level above. I want it to measure from this level, so I'll change it to that, the same as the base, really. And then the top offset will be the height of my door now, so I'll make it 2100. And then we can also stretch the sides. Okay, so I've got my door. So I've got my opening. So now I'll go back to the floor plan. Okay, and so then I want to draw the door itself. So I'm simply going to use model in place. And then doors for the category. And then version. And here it's actually helpful to use pick lines and then put in an offset, let's say 200. And then I can pick the walls, just one side of the wall to get that same curve. And then I'll just use offset to make that door thickness about 40 mil. And then just offset there. And then draw some lines for the two ends of my door panel. And tidy it all up using trim. Okay, and then I'll set the extrusion start to 0 and the extrusion end, we know, to 2100 because that's the height of my door. So that's the door when it's closed, and we go back to the 3D view and you can see, so not that one, this one. So that's okay for views where we're happy to see it closed, but you probably want to see that open the way you normally show a sliding door. So back to the plan, and I'm going to rotate this. So again, using that trick, I can drag the base point, type SC, and then pick up the curve to get the center point in the right location before I then snap to maybe one side of the opening and then bring it around maybe about 50% or halfway. Okay, so that's done. But then it still looks a bit ordinary in plan because the door now is inside the wall. So then the final thing to tidy up the plan, and this will probably help you, a lot of you, with lots of different things that you need to do to get your drawings to look the way you want them to, is to look at some of the 2D drawing tools. So under Annotate, you'll see you have firstly the filled region tool, and then also masking region. So I'm going to start actually with masking region, and then draw some lines. So I'll just go back a bit. So I'm going to make with pick lines, I'll make the offset there, let's say 40. Yeah, it's a bit bigger than it has to be, but I'll just do it so you can see that. And this one as well. Okay, so I'll finish that. And so that's given me basically a little white shape that covers that part of the wall. Can just extend that a little bit. Okay, and then I'm going to go back to now draw a filled region. And then with pick lines, just pick the door. And then notice I've got a filled region called solid black. If you don't have that, I'm just going to click edit type and show you how I made it. Okay, so it's just got the foreground pattern set to solid fill and then the color set to black. So that then gives me the door. All right, and so if you really want to, you could get the door, the wood flooring to go inside there, but it would be correct anyway because you wouldn't put the wood flooring inside the wall, of course. So it's fine just to leave that as being white. But that's much easier than trying to make a curved door family. That's a lot more work and probably not worth it because, again, this is a bit of a one-off thing. So using model in place and then also, again, think about how you can use 2D drawing tools, mostly those different region tools, filled region and masking regions should give you enough to be able to do that. Yeah, okay, so I'll just stop that recording there.